Hey, warriors. So, you know what gives me hope, in these dark times? The kids. The ones growing up right now, they're healing old wounds, none of us fully could. And I believe, they're leading the next shift. They don't have the same, fear based conditioning many of us grew up with. Emotional literacy and mental health awareness are, you know becoming the normal. you know um they're exposed younger, to the truth about addiction, neglect, trauma, um which means healing starts earlier. My own granddaughter is an example. um she doesn't hold on to old grudges and generational shame. She chooses peace, and she does it all on her own. I mean, obviously, like I'm saying, it's because their parents are, teaching them younger not to hide from all this, you know? Um, when kids heal, cycles break, abuse, freaking addiction, neglect. Those patterns, they don't have to repeat. You know what I mean? Healing becomes a legacy, not just survival. You know, parenting and guidance, shift from fear based to love based, which is all we really need. I mean, damn, but animals, you know, elements, earth based spirituality, younger people feel it more naturally because they weren't raised to bury their feelings. I don't know. We could learn a lot from these children. I mean, I have learned a lot from these kids. Um, Let go of the need to, protect. It's like, and I'm not saying protect, but, out of like trauma maps. You know what I mean? I've caught myself doing this so many times. Um, Update your boundaries, communications, and energy. I don't know. Recognize that something in you may resist this change, and that's often out of fear and conditioning. Heal yourself first, so you don't project on them, I guess. Even when we mean well, I don't know. If you have a child, a grandchild, a niece or a nephew, see them. I lost a nephew last week, and I just wish I could grab his face and tell him, how much I love him. Their innocence isn't ignorance, it's clarity. It's the beginning of a lineage of healed souls. So just try to let them grow in peace. Let them rise, let them rewrite the story. Because if they heal, the world heals. And it doesn't mean that it's going to be, easy. Old energy and resistance will fight. But hope doesn't, it doesn't wait for readiness. It waits for a chance. I love you.